Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud. And this is War of the Worlds, episodes 1, 2, and 3. It's not necessarily a recap. It's mostly just like, hey man, I want to acknowledge this new season. I'm actually kind of interested. Yeah, 1 through 3, Apocalypse Now, Hellraiser, Casualties of War. But really, I just want to talk about like the first impression. And I gotta say, War of the Worlds is really reminding me of Fresh Meat meets The Duel. Fresh Meat, I mean, this could be a Fresh Meat 3. Battle of the Bloodlines, that was a fresh cast, like, the fresh partner paired up with the alumni. But it wasn't the same because typically fresh meat casts are unknowns, but they have a desire to be on TV, and so does the producers. They want them to be on that show. Bloodlines was different because you could only cast with a relative of the alumni. So it wasn't the same thing. It's really like, well, obviously the more popular person in the family was already casted to begin with, who's already on the challenge as the alumni. So this is very much Fresh Meat 3, which, I mean, Fresh Meat 2 was my very first experience with the challenge. And I was fucking spoiled because that was a great season. It might have been one of the peaks. Oh, and then with the duel, I mean, this could be called the Duel 3. What was great, what's been the most like, oh shit, they did not just call that person out parts, is the elimination. You find yourself getting thrown in by the people that won the mission, and then now it's up to you, like you're going in, who are you going to call out? And it's fucking fantastic. We've already seen Hunter call out Ashley, instant revenge. We've seen Bananas call out his own friend out of like this crazy paranoia, and this pure hatred for the guy that threw him in. They've both been like kind of these jaw-dropping moments, and it's awesome. This is really good news. The other thing I want to mention is the setting itself, the desert setting. I think it's pretty sweet. The trailer and all that stuff. It's like it's post-apocalyptic setting, which is cool. With all the things that can be done in the desert, though, is kind of weak. The first two missions in particular were just like, what is that? Like what was it called? Oh, I don't remember what it was called. It was like Dune pun, something Dune. Insert Dune in there. How you doing? No, that's not what it was. I don't remember what it was. But okay, I just remember the first mission though. Oh, impending Dune. There you go. Impending Dune. It was just lame, like because you see trucks and driving through the desert plain, or in the dunes and shit over the hills and stuff. And your mind just starts creating these awesome scenarios that they do. And this very first thing, it's really pretty lame. It's just a bunch of balls get dropped down a hill, and then you have to put a puzzle together, and it just wasn't that inspired to me. And then they had Arms Again Tired. This was just, take away the monster truck. I mean, what really did it do? It didn't do anything. It was just a visual. Really, it was, tug of war. And then, like, how do you determine how far your rope was pulled and stuff? Like, how can you prove that? Like, say it's squished, the rope is squished, but then immediately after that, you could easily tug on the rope just a little bit more. So you'll gain like maybe an inch over the competitor, over your opponent. I don't know. I thought it was weird. I thought it was kind of weak. I was like, that's cool that there's a monster truck, but it really didn't do any purpose. It's like if after a mission, after that Dune thing, what was it called? Impending Dune, after they chase the ball down the hill and then they put the puzzle together, then fireworks go off. It's kind of like that. It's just to mask how kind of, again, uninspired the mission was. But things got better with Search and Destroy. I don't like randomness in my missions. I don't like randomness anywhere. But your partner goes out there, tries to find a random ass ball. It's like musical chairs. There's fewer and fewer every round. You run over to your partner grabs the ball and has to like get through enemies in the mud pit. This was cool. I liked it because it gave both partners something to do, moments to shine, and yeah, I liked it. I don't know why I think there's more to it than that. But let's get into the mission part. This is kind of cool. I mean, it's okay. I'm not against it necessarily. I'm really not against a lot of this stuff. But we get a tribunal, three top teams, and that's who decides who's going in. But it is kind of it kind of sucks a little bit just because you have to have three teams nominated no matter what. And if you think about it, it's like it kind of sucks because then you're gonna have to like anger someone, and then you're gonna have to bring him in like, hey, listen, we had to pick somebody. Okay, relax. I'm sorry, but that's about the weakest part of it, and that argument, that complaint, is weak itself. What I noticed though is like the two missions that won. It was Bananas and Morgan with the monster truck rope pulling thing, and Carter and Theo and Amanda and Josh. They won that. Good for them. But then a whole nother batch of three won after that. Wes and D, Polly and Natalie D, the ninja, and Cam and Ashley C. So that just means, we're not getting recycled winners. This is good competition. Like that's one of the best things when you get different winners of every mission. You never quite know who could take it to the end. That's good. You never want one single team just dominating the entire season, be it one team against another team or a pair versus a bunch of other pairs. That sucks. They get so boring to watch. Let's get into the eliminations, where again it's awesome because you get to call out people and stuff. And Hunter and Georgia call out Ashley, Mitchell, and Chase. I mean, this is fucking pure revenge. And it's so perfect because it's immediately after that. Like the last time we saw Hunter and Ashley, one was taking the money from the other, or denying the money from the other person. So that was cool. That was it Dune? No, not Dune. Done. No. What's it? Oh, a drone. Yeah, yeah. Drone ball fall, something like that. Bounce. I don't know what it was, but it was physical. It was sweet to see. So Ashley, Mitchell, and Chase are out. Chase fucking tried to get with Nani, and then that went to shit because it's Nani. And Ashley Mitchell, she made some. Who was she yelling at? I don't remember. She was threatening someone. She was like, how about I just pick you and I leave. I don't give a fuck. I'm still rich and shit. And I believe that. I truly did believe that because I'm like, what has she won twice now? She's won twice, and she's maybe been on 4 seasons, 3 seasons, something like that. Because she wins and then she dips out. Like I remember after she won Invasion, she left Dirty 30 in the first episode because her suitcases weren't there. She doesn't care. She really truly is like, I don't give a fuck. I got money. I got that fuck you money and stuff like that. So I'm unfazed. She just didn't happen to win, but she'll be back. Bananas and Morgan call out Zach and Zahida. Oh my God, much love to Zahida, by the way. Oh, she's so great. But yeah, this was nuts. What was it called? Map It Out. I liked it enough. It was fine. I do wish that the other partner, like both partners, had to do a certain thing. Like that's kind of lame. Like I think it was both girls. They just grabbed the puzzle pieces. And yeah, they're helping, but I think it would have been better had both teams had to climb on the map. Like they would both do it. And if maybe they couldn't do it, then they're like, oh fuck, all right, well then I'll climb the entire map and you just coach from the bottom. That could have been an option. And yeah, Bananas eliminated. And it's crazy because it's like, oh God, I figured it out too. He's like 7 wins, 13 losses, something like that. Or no, 7 and 12. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, Bananas, he's just not very good in eliminations. Like he lives and dies by these things, but that also like his nerves just get the better of him sometimes. So if you want to take him out, one of the biggest competitors of all time of the challenge, you throw him into elimination. Oh yeah, well let's talk about the relic real quick. You're safe from the elimination next time. that's a fine twist. It doesn't anger me at all. Very little of these episodes angered me, and that's what I was so. That was the emotion that I always associated with this TV show. I mean, since I've started podcasting about it, I've been doing it for I don't know how many fucking seasons. I want to say eight seasons, something like that. But like the show's been changing and all that shit, so I'm just like, oh god damn it. But this is the positive thing. This is what I really want to bring up. We've had two eliminations, and this is the third episode. That is a good trend. I want them to be done with cutting episodes in half, or in some cases, in some seasons, into three parts. I just want mission elimination in the same episode. Like that's going to improve the season so much, and it already has. But yeah, Bananas being gone is a good thing. I just want to say that. I mean, whether you're a fan or not, you have to acknowledge that Bananas has such a hold on the show where it's just the same stuff. It's like same shit, different season. Like he's always pissed off by anyone uttering his name, and then he like rips on people. And what the fuck? What was that one thing that he does all the time now? Where if anyone's having a conversation or arguing, he's there in the background, like, "Oh, this is great." He does that all the time now. So it's like it's old shtick, it's old hat. But okay, he's gone, right? And but Nani's still here. Nani's up to her old tricks. She's once again, attracting a, a, a potential courter, potential man, and then she kind of fucks it up because she's like, "What? I just want to grind on bananas and like, who cares about the? I don't know." She's an emotionally fragile, uh, self not self. What's a self defeater? Self sabotager. Yeah, when it comes to shit. Just think of Free Agents with her and Kahada. Remember that? Where like Kahada's like a decent guy, and she's like, "Oh my god, I like you" and stuff. But she's always emotional, and then she cries after she fucking messes with Johnny Riley behind Kahada's back and shit. Yeah, it's crazy. And then Zach and Jenna are still here. Their relationship is terrible. It's so fucking annoying. It's so goddamn dumb. Zach instantly turning it back onto Jenna, making her feel terrible for suspecting him, which he actually did do. Like, what is he doing on that fucking dating site or whatever? It's ridiculous. But that's shit still going on. I will say though that Zach was like, I've never felt anything towards Zach besides like, "Hey man, what's up, dude? Like, hey, what's going on?" And then he became an asshole to me, where I'm like, "Ah, damn it, fuck you." Well, not fuck you. I don't hate him like bananas or anything like that. But he does annoy me sometimes. But he was actually like, he was kind of down and depressed because and nearly did he cry? I thought he cried on Jenna's arm when after he defeated Bananas. Like that was not at all the response when Jenna and him were having that argument outside. He was like, could I just have security? Like you're fucking like give me some space. Just like a complete prick. But I don't know. I know guys that are like this, where they kind of treat their girlfriends like shit, but their true love is like the non-homosexual kind of bromance that they have with their guy friends. So it's kind of weird. I was gonna rip on Zach, but then I'd have to rip on some people that I know, and that wouldn't be right. Okay, and then finally, same shit, different season. Cara Maria. Oh my god. To me, she's just like this immature. Like, how old is she? She doesn't act her age. Like when she first came on the season, she was constantly bullied, and so she was always just kind of like an emotional, like oh god, people don't like me and stuff. And when she gained confidence and became like the female of the house, she didn't grow outside of. She's just kind of bratty. In her relationships that she has with Kyle, and like, she's like, "What? I'm trying to be a role model for women. I'm not trying to like go after some douchebag." And then she like sits on his lap and stuff like that. But the same thing is going on with her and Polly, and this thing with Kyle. What is it? Kyle makes out with Morgan, and then she's like, "I just need to give you advice. I need to tell you something." She always does that. She always walks up to girls, and they're always like, "Shut the fuck up." Again, same shit, different season. So, hey, Bananas is out. That's good. Now if we get rid of these other fuckers. Just kidding. You know what? No, really. Like I wasn't gonna cover this season, and I'm just warming up to it. So I don't know. We'll see how the next episode is. If it's a to be continued, there's no fucking way I'm gonna talk about it until they finish their shit up. So I don't know. Like, subscribe, comment. This was Vincent Cloud in Battle of the Challenges podcast.